Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
We've got Perry Saturn on the line here. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure is yours.
Thanks a lot. Well, anyway, for a while in WCW, you were just called Saturn. You dropped the Perry. Why'd you do that?
Well, you have to ask Perry Saturn.
I mean, you dropped the Perry. You were just called Saturn. Why'd you do that?
I was told to.
I thought it's because you didn't want to be confused with a planet.
Yeah, that too.
Who was your best friend from the flock?
Remind me of the members.
What's that?
Remind me of the members.
Well, you had Kidman, you had Lodi, Sick Boy, you had Reese, Scotty Riggs.
Did you say Kidman?
Yeah, Kidman. Kidman was the best looking. Did you get along with him at all?
Who?
Kidman?
Oh, yeah.
And when do you think the WCW started going downhill?
When I got fired or left. I don't recall which.
So you were homeless for a while. You became addicted to meth. I used to use meth. I didn't use it a lot, but I did do it. Even a little bit is too much. What was that like? I read you were homeless for 2 years.
Well, you know. I know. Happened to you.
Yeah.
This really isn't Perry Saturn.
Who is this?
I think you have the wrong number.
So I'm reading a book called Drugs Unlimited, The Web Revolution That's Changing How the World Gets High. Now the author wrote the book before the Silk Road was sort of busted, was sort of dismantled, people went to prison. At the time of the writing, the author said that it was unlikely that the Silk Road would be busted because it was on the Anonymous Tor Network. Have you heard of the Tor Network?
The Anonymous Tour Network?
Tor Network, T-O-R.
Tour, yeah.
And so he devotes a lot of time in this book saying that it's very unlikely that Silk Road would go down, and it ended up going down. And then there was like a second Silk Road, like a Silk Road 2, and that one went down as well. A lot of these chemicals these new chemicals that are out. They're supposed to mimic drugs that we all love: cocaine, MDMA, acid. A lot of these new chemicals, they're active at much smaller doses, so there have been a lot of overdoses. So, the author's argument is it's, the fact that these other drugs are illegal is leading to this sort of, these new chemicals, these research chemicals, and they're far more dangerous.
The research chemicals, yeah, because the people are just kind of guinea pigs, aren't they?
And, I wanted to also talk to you about Nathan Markham.
I don't know Nathan Markham.
I put a bet. I bet him on Facebook. I told him on Facebook he was, cheering for the Kansas Jayhawks. He said something like, he posted Rock Hawk Jayhawk or something like that. And I posted, I'll bet you $20 they lose. And guess what? They ended up losing. Wichita State won the game. Nathan Markham owes me $20, and he has not responded.
That's unsavory behavior on his part.
Remember back when I owed you that money, what that felt like back in like 6th or 7th grade, whatever that was, and you sent Winter Joyner after me, and he ended up obtaining my pilot wings?
I suggested that he assassinate you.
Well, it's the same sort of thing, except Nathan Markham, this guy's in the oil industry, the energy industry, and obviously making a lot of money. He has a house in Castle Rock, a large house. We've seen the pictures on Facebook, and this guy can't pay $20.
My God, maybe he's going to wind up on American Greed. It's not really his money.
He certainly looks like it. I see the pictures of Nathan online. He has those pressed lips, those lips. He looks very unhappy guy. I know where he works, and I'm going to go see him at work. I'm going to
pay you.
What's that?
He's not likely to pay you if you say these remarks about him as being an unhappy guy and this and that. He's not likely to pay you. Or have you given up on him paying?
I think I've given up because he didn't respond one time to any of my posts. I might pay him to make a point. If anyone doesn't pay me, I'm just going to pay them.
Really?
to sort of, that really puts it on a sort of a pedestal. It makes it known to everyone that what they're doing is wrong. They're shady. I'm not a successful person. I'm not rich. I could have used that $20. I've lost a lot of money online to shady, overseas, sports books. A lot of money has been lost to these offshore accounts, and Nathan Markham, who I considered a friend, couldn't pay.
Would you say that you've won more money in this the online gambling world, or lost?
I would say I've lost more.
Balance sheet right now. You've lost more at this point.
Yeah, I've lost it like
better than like scratch tickets or lottery tickets. I mean, what are we talking about here? Like $100?
Probably around the neighborhood of 3,000.
Really?
Yeah.
How much do you make at work?
I make like $11 an hour.
You lost $3,000 in the span of like 2 or 3 years?
A few years. I don't own a telephone. I don't. My mortgage payment's very low. I don't have a car. I don't have insurance, so I've kept my bills very low. So this is a vice I can sort of afford to have. I've won a little bit too, but initially I was afraid to even take out my payouts because the first time I requested a payout, it took literally 4 months for me to get it. So I wanted to leave the money in there until it reached a high level, and it just never did that. So I could have probably be in the positive ledger right now if I would have requested payouts, because the smart thing to do is once you win a little bit, a couple $100, take it out. And I was leaving it in, and I was trying to grow those amounts for the first 2-3 years, and eventually I ended up losing it.
What if they intentionally postpone it like that so you just keep betting?
They actually, the next payout that I requested, I received it within a week. I thought they were lying too. I thought they were saying that just to like you said, just in order to get you to keep paying and not giving up the funds. But it actually was sort of a mistake that their mailing department or something like that made. There are a lot more these shady guys in the Philippines are a lot more trustworthy than Nathan Markham. I can tell you that. They'll actually pay you.
I don't know. That's slimy. That's just a slimy way to go about things. You might not even be human, man. You could be reptilian.
I believe that to be true. You've been amazing. Any other thoughts before we go?
I would say that money is yours, man. You deserve it. You want it. You took a risk. You were paid up. I vouch for you. Anybody would vouch for you that you pay your debts. This guy doesn't pay his debts. Take it to the next level, whether that be whatever that may be, legal or illegal.
Thanks for everything.